Hi guys, today we are going to discuss parts of speech with special emphasis on pronouns. Let's see, as we have already discussed, there are 8 parts of speeches, right? Today we are going to discuss pronouns. Pronoun definition. A pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. For example, I, me, he, she, etc. are the examples for pronoun. Okay, pronoun is a word which is used in the place of a noun. Types of pronouns we will see. There are 8 types of pronouns. Let's see. Personal pronouns, relative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, emphatic pronouns, reflexive pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, and indefinite pronouns. We are going to see these 8 pronouns individually. Personal pronoun. Personal pronouns which are related to persons. For example, I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. These are personal pronouns because they are related to persons. Right? In personal pronouns, the most important factor is persons. Let's see what are the persons. Here we have 3 persons in English language. That is the first person, second person, and third person. First person is the speaker, second person is the listener, third person is to whom we are talking about. This is third person. For example, I am telling you about Nelson Mandela. I, first person, you as a listener, second person, Nelson Mandela, third person. Right? And first person, we have 2 pronouns. I, we. I, first person singular, we, first person plural. Okay, in the second person, you. You can be singular, you can be plural. For example, when you say you are a boy, you singular. When you say you are boys, you plural. Right? And third person. He, she, it, third person singular. They is third person plural. Guys, there is another concept which is most important, order pronouns. When we are talking about a positive situation including persons, we must use second person first, third person second, and first person last. This is the order pronoun we must maintain. If it is the negative situation, when you are talking about negative situation including these pronouns, we must use the first person first, second person second, third person second, and the second person last. For example, I, ye, and you will be punished because it is a negative situation. If it is a positive situation, you, he, and I have to attend the meeting headed by Mr. Gopal. Let's see the second one, relative pronouns. Pronouns which relate or combine 2 classes, make them a meaningful sentence, are called relative pronouns. The word itself, the title itself tells us what a relative pronoun is. For example, who, whom, whose, where, all these are relative pronouns. Right? And here the example, I saw a man who was a king. These 2 sentences combined by who, that's why it's a relative pronoun. In the second example, they bought a house which was very expensive. These 2 sentences connected by which? Interrogative pronouns. Right? Interrogate. Pronouns which are used to ask questions are called interrogative pronouns. The word itself tells us interrogate, asking questions. Next one is example. Examples, who, which, what, whom. These are all examples of interrogative pronouns. See the sentence 1. Who killed the snake? Who is interrogative pronoun. And what makes you happy? In this sentence, what is the interrogative sentence? Alright. Which is better one? Here, which is interrogative pronoun because it is asking questions. Whom did you speak to? Here, whom is the word which is asking question. That's why it's a pronoun, interrogative pronoun. Whose parents are those? Here, whose is interrogative pronoun. Next one. Demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns, the word demonstrate itself indicates the meaning, right? Demonstrate, that's what we call exhibit or explain something to someone. This, that, these, those. For example, this is the book you have asked. That is the book you have asked. This is the pen I was gifted. That is the book I was gifted. And, these are the children who missed their bus. Right? In these examples, that, this, these, those are the pronouns. That's what you call demonstrative pronouns. Next, emphatic pronouns. The title itself tells us emphatic. That means a pronoun which emphasizes is called emphatic pronoun. Let's see. Emphatic pronouns which stress the doer of the action are called emphatic pronoun. For example, myself, ourselves, yourself, himself, him, herself, itself, themselves, these are all emphatic pronouns. Let's see some examples. Here, I myself killed him. I myself killed him. Here, see the uses of the word myself, the pronoun. Here, I myself killed him. Nobody killed him. I myself. I did it. Nobody did it. I did it. Right? Myself is the pronoun which stresses the action done by the subject. Okay. In the second sentence, we saw the king himself. We saw the king himself. Here, we saw the nun, the king himself. This is what you call, emphatic pronoun. The next one, this is also very much important, and we are going to we are going to discuss comparatively, right? Reflexive pronouns. Reflex. The word itself tells us reflex. That means, for example, light reflex. That means, we can get it back. As the name suggests, the action of the subject reflects back to the subject. Let's see examples. The same as reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns are the same. But the thing is, usage. Usage differs. Let's see the uses of reflexive pronouns. Here are two sentences. I killed myself. I killed myself. Whom did I kill? I killed myself. The action done by the subject reflected back to the subject. That's why here it is reflexive pronoun. In the second sentence, he looked himself out of the door. He looked himself out of the door. Whom did he look? He looked himself. That's why the pronoun reflects the action back to the subject. That's why this is called a reflective pronoun. Next one. Reciprocal pronoun. The title itself, indicates the concept. Reciprocator. Reciprocator. Let's see what reciprocal pronouns are. As the name suggests, they show the reciprocal relationship between the subjects. Let's do each other, one another. These two are the reciprocal pronouns. Let's see the practical uses of reciprocal pronouns. Here are two sentences. The first one is we have to understand each other. We have to understand each other. Here, each other is a pronoun which reciprocates the relationship, between the people. In the second sentence, they stabbed one another. They stabbed one another means they stabbed within themselves. That's why one another is the word which gives us a reciprocal relationship between them or among them. This is what you call, reciprocal pronouns. Next one, indefinite pronouns, which are also most important one, indefinite pronouns. Let's see. Pronouns that do not refer to any person, amount, or thing. Indefinite pronouns can be singular, plural, or both, depending on the context. Let's see the examples. Another, much, nobody, few, such, etc. are indefinite pronouns because they do not give us any definite number, any definite figure. They give us a number or figure or amount in general. Right? Let's see. Here are the two examples. Nobody present at the PPT assigned. Here, nobody is the pronoun. That's what we call indefinite pronoun. It does not indicate any person in particular. All right. Next one, everyone. Everyone is the indefinite pronoun. It does not indicate, it does not show any person in particular. That's why the pronouns nobody, everyone, few, such, another, these are all indefinite pronouns. Okay? Shall we go to the next one? See. Pronoun case. This is the most important one. Pronoun case. Right? The function of a pronoun in a sentence determines which case to use. Case is very much important. We must know which case the pronoun that we are using. Right? In competitive exams, pronoun case helps you a lot. Let's see. There are three cases which are the utmost important in pronouns. The first one is subjective case, objective case, possessive case. Subjective case. When a pronoun act as a subject, this is what you call subjective case. Objective case, they act as the object. Possessive case, they show possession of something else. This is what you call possessive case. Let's see the case in detail. Here see subjective case, possessive case, objective case. Right? Possessive case pronouns. Right? All the personal pronouns are possessive case pronouns. Right? Subjective case of pronouns. All the subjective cases of pronouns are used before the verb. All the objective case of pronouns are used after the verb. Right? Are you clear, guys? When we use a pronoun before the subject, that is subjective case of pronoun. When you use a pronoun after the verb, this is what you call objective case of pronoun. Right? The third one is possessive case. Possessive case here, we must understand, for example, mine, ours, yours, because they tell us possessiveness of the subject. That's why they are called possessive case. Are you clear, guys? Subjective case, the pronouns used before the verb. Pronouns which are used after the verb. Pronouns which are used before the verb, subjective case. Pronouns which are used after the verb, objective case. Let's see. And this is also one of the most important topics in pronouns, and pronoun-antecedent, which is a very important one. We must understand what is the pronoun, what is the antecedent. Let's see the definition of antecedent. Right? The word or word group that a pronoun stands for is called the antecedent of a pronoun. We must understand the word ante. Ante means before. That's why antecedent. Right? A word or word group, right? A pronoun stands for. This is what you call pronoun antecedent. Let's see. Here is an example. Leon showed her grandfather how to use the computer program. Computers had always baffled him. Here are the two sentences, right? Here, her is a pronoun, right? Her is a pronoun and him is a pronoun, right? Her is a pronoun which is used in the place of Leon. Therefore, Leon is the antecedent of the pronoun her. Right? Him is a pronoun which is used in the place of grandfather. That's why grandfather is an antecedent. See here, Leon is the antecedent, her is the pronoun. Right? Grandfather, antecedent, him is the pronoun. Next one. Let's see. The pronoun must agree with its antecedent in number and gender. Right? Clear, guys? A pronoun must agree with its antecedent in number and gender. Let's see. A singular pronoun must replace a singular noun. A plural pronoun must replace a plural noun. Similarly, a feminine gender must replace a feminine gender. A masculine gender must replace a masculine gender. Let's see in detail. Here is a sentence. Prime Minister Modi has delivered his address in Parliament. Here is a sentence, but here is his is a pronoun right? Masculine gender, right? Masculine gender pronoun, right? The antecedent is Modi. Modi is a masculine gender. That's why here we use his but not her. The reason is here Modi masculine gender. What I'm telling you, a feminine gender must replace a feminine gender. A masculine gender must replace a masculine gender. Next one. Here, James and Smith made their presentation yesterday. Here, there is a pronoun that too. It's a plural pronoun, right? It is, it is used in the place of James and Smith, right? James and Smith, this is a plural subject, is a plural antecedent, therefore plural pronoun. Let's see one more sentence. Each of the students makes a good deal of presentation in his or her classroom. Here we use say his or her. The reason is, each of the students is a common gender. The student is a common gender, right? We cannot define gender. We cannot associate student either to a masculine gender or to feminine gender. Therefore, we must use his or her as a pronoun, right? Therefore, each of the student is the antecedent of his or her. Guys, here are the two sentences for you. Could you please post your answers in the comment box? Between pillow and bed, I prefer the farmer. Right? What is the part of speech of the word farmer? Right? In the second sentence, two roads diverged in Ellerwood and be one traveler. I stood long and looked down as far as I could. Then took blank as just as fair. Okay, please, choose the best option out of the four. Please comment your answers in the chat box. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.